Hello, y'all. Gonna start real quick. I want to thank everybody for love, support, like always. This is gonna be my second episode on my podcast, following Agape. Um, so let me tell you something about me. I love America. I'm America first kind of guy. Um, when I was younger, like everybody else, when I was younger, and I'm Hispanic, so they fed me the lie about you have to be a Democrat. They care about you. They're for the poor people, and they're the ones fighting for your rights, and the Republicans all they're for is the rich and this and that. And I'm not gonna lie, um, the problem between the both the parties is the Democrats might have been that way when I was young. I'm not too sure because I was young. I wasn't really too much in politics, but right now there's one voice, one psychotic, insane voice. Okay, and they don't differentiate from each other. They're just solid reunion. I wish the Republicans were like that, but you have cheap in wolves clothing. What I mean is they're just in their what we call rhinos. All they want is war. They have their own agenda, and those are the guys that Trump and other people like him are trying to get out of the Republican Party. That self interest, they're trying to get rid of it. Where it's about America, it's about the American people. People not understanding that, they're believing the lies. One of the biggest lies is about Roe v. Wade. Is that Trump's gonna abolish abortion throughout the land. That is not true. It's on the state. The states are making it the decision on the time length. So if it's 15 weeks, if it's 18 weeks, they're trying to determine what period of time will it be where a woman decides, hey, you know, I don't want to have the baby. At a certain point in time, the only person that could actually make that decision is the doctor. And later on, like the doctor could tell her, hey, we need to make a decision because, it's life threatening. And then, of course, she has to give the final say. Doctor's not just going to do it, take it upon himself. The the mother has to give permission as well. So that's still in effect. A lot of people are living these lies, and it's my choice and all this other crap. It's not true. As far as Social Security, that's another lie. They're saying that Donald Trump wants to destroy Social Security. That's a lie. And heck yeah, my Father's Day cup, guys, is really nice. So, anyways, like I was saying, you got those situations going on. So, the Republicans were more of the, and that's how I start conservative, starting learning about conservatism and how to become, and then my views kind of like small government, and the Republicans more suited for me because of the fact of the matter is the government is the worst spenders, and they overspend like crazy, and they blame it on the Republicans always. But that's how it's just a not no economics. What Trump, when he went in office, one of the better things is he's a businessman and he knows how to fluctuate things. He was able to make prices go down on gas, everything like that. Your cost of living, interest rates, job performance, all that good stuff. Everything was up. Blacks lowest in employment, Hispanics lowest in employment, even the Asians were lowest in unemployment. So all that stuff was low, and people were getting more jobs. Fortunately, COVID hit, and he started listening. Other people were getting in his ear, calling him xenophobe. They said you gotta listen to Dr. Fauci. So he followed the science, like people were saying. He didn't follow science. He started listening to other people, and that's kind of went where it went. Did he do a great job? No, he didn't. He did what he did okay. He didn't do a great job, but he did okay. Like everybody else, certain governments did an excellent job. I think they did a great job, and they were highly criticized. But at the end of the day, They had the lowest risk, lowest deaths. Biden, with COVID, they already had the vaccine, everything like that. He mandated it. People were losing their jobs because military were getting kicked out of the military because they refused to get the vaccine. That's where I have a problem with Biden. My biggest problem is when it's family, faith. Well, it's faith, family, and then and then military. Like that's what I care about. The police, all that stuff right there. I think that's very important. It makes our society better and it keeps us safe. My dad was a Vietnam veteran. He fought for the country. So that's one of my principles. Of course, God comes before anybody. And the fact of the matter is that they're forcing us with this religious thing with transgenders. Like I said before, I have no problem with any community except that community, only because of the fact if they're putting their values on you and making you submit to them, you gotta use pronouns and reverse your English and relearn English, and they feel offended and they could go and compete in women's sports and beat the shit out of women, and they have every right to do that. They're putting men in women's locker rooms, in their bathrooms, and if you go to a restaurant, most bathrooms are in the very back. So you have your 10, 12-year-old daughter go to the restroom, and there's a man in there and does evil stuff to her. That's not cool with me. That's my biggest problem with that community. Again, like, they're forcing it. I don't like being forced. I didn't take the COVID shot. I just felt like it wasn't ready. And as you can see, the science wasn't behind it. People are getting injured. Did not stop COVID. Like, all these lies the government were giving, did not stop COVID. You could transfer it, all that stuff. Like, if you took the shot, that was your choice. If you're high risk, overweight, whatever, that was your choice. I ain't got a problem with it, and I'm not saying anything about that. But the fact of the matter is, you're not going to force me to do things that I highly disagree with my beliefs. And that's what the Democrats right now are attacking. They're attacking everybody's beliefs at a certain point, with trans, with this, with that, and they're all united. They don't care about the people that are voting for them. They just want to be in office. And when you're a Democrat, you vote for all the Democrats. It's not like people are just voting, this guy, I like him, this guy. No, they're just voting all Democrats. They're being lazy. They're not doing their work. And that's what I'm trying to show light to. I have a lot of friends that are Democrats. They're riding with Biden no matter what. That dude's done. He's done. He's over with. You could see that the man has problems. He cannot talk, can't form a sentence. Who's running the country? Why would he want... They're like, oh, he's good for 4 hours a day, and then the rest of the day he just naps. So if we have a missile crisis or anything like that, we better hope it's during those 4 hours, because if not, we're in big trouble. His whole staff all the way around him are a bunch of clowns. His press reporter, that's what everybody says. Even CNN said, hey, you want to kill this buzz? Have him do a press conference. When was the last time he did a press conference? He goes, says what they wrote down, 5 sentences, and then that's it. He doesn't answer questions, doesn't do anything. He doesn't, like, he's on script. They have him on script. Somebody else is running the country. That's the bad part about it. If you don't want to vote for Trump because you hate Trump that much, you're deranged. There's a sickness, and I hope that you get therapy, because you are sick in the head and you need therapy. It's called Trump deranged syndrome. It really is that bad. People could see Biden, and we're gonna vote for him. There's other choices. There's RFK. RFK is a really good candidate against it. A lot of people don't like him, and this is how good good of a guy he is. RFK's his uncle, John F. Kennedy, got killed, assassinated. His father, Bobby Kennedy, got killed and assassinated. He's running for presidency. They've already attempted to try to kill him as well. he's asked for Secret Service to be in this, and Biden has not provided him the Secret Service, which they did with Obama way before he was even elected as the Democrat nominee. They had Secret Service on him, the detail. So that's one other thing that he's so kind and this and that. No, he's not. He is a real evil man. He is the everything that you think that Trump is. Biden is exactly that. He's the racist. Everything that he's pointing, Trump's gonna be a dictator. That's what Biden's been acting like, a dictator, not answering questions. I don't have to answer to you, the American people, because y'all stupid and I know better. That's exactly what Biden's saying, and people are so deranged with Trump syndrome that they're falling for that trap, and they're not doing their homework. They're not doing their they're only just watching CNN, watching MSNBC with all the people that are on MSNBC. They're all trash and they lie so much. They're saying Trump lies so much. I said before, Trump does lie, but it's on the same lie, and he just extends the crap out of his truth. Like he's saying Roe v. Wade, everybody agreed on it. That's where he's lying. Not everybody agreed on it, but his thing is the best ever, and that's what he's lying about. It's not big old lies like Joe Biden saying, "Oh, not one service member died under my presidency," which is bullshit. That's highly offensive to any veteran's family, especially if they lost somebody. That's very offensive, and he said that. He holds nobody accountable for anything. With the tragedy in in Palestine, when that train derailed, didn't hold anybody with accountability, didn't help those people. Trump went over there. Oh, he's just doing camera antics. But did you show up? Nah. 3 years later, he finally showed up. Come on, guy. With Hawaii, still hasn't done anything about that. Those are things that are happening on Biden's watch, and people just forget, don't want to see about. The media squashes those stories, and that's terrible. So, is Biden a good guy? No, he's not. He is the worst person alive. That I think he's a traitor. Like I said before, RFK, I like the guy's ideas. He's very smart. He'll tell you the things that they were doing with COVID were all wrong, especially Biden trying to lock everybody in and doing that. And that's why they don't like him, because he went against Big Pharma. He sued them, he fought them, all that good. So they don't like him because of that. The only problem that I really had with RFK, and people are saying, "Oh, Trump's so stupid," and this and that. They asked RFK, and I'll look for that video. They asked RFK if the woman carries the baby the whole trimester, and at the end of the day, she said, "Oh, I don't want him. I decided not to have my baby." It's not abortion. He said, "Go ahead and take care of the baby, like off him." So that's my biggest problem with RFK. He just like no anything. Women had 100% rights to terminate their baby at any time, even after birth. And that's where my problem with RFK was with. Other than that, his tax policy, he doesn't really talk about it too much. He just says what Biden and Trump have been doing, but doesn't give me any solutions. What Trump was doing was working in everything, stock market, all that. So they're like, "What is your policy? What are you doing?" I'm just going to go back to my old formula, because that shit was working. Things weren't getting passed because they were stonewalling. Even the Republicans were going against them because they, in their mentality that they wanted war. So they were trying to, hey, if we do this, you tick for tat. And Trump's like, "No, we're just going to do this." So they were against. At the end, they start building the wall. That was one of the biggest failures, because they start building the wall. Biden went in office, all this, "Oh, I did this about the Medicaid and insulin and all that." Trump already had passed it, guys. All he had to do was sign. But Biden got in there, it just sat on his desk. So a lot of things that Biden hit, most of his accomplishments were already Trump's accomplishments. He started rebuilding the wall in Arizona after he sold a lot of the wall. That's true. You hear Trump, that's one of his places. People are like, oh, it has to be a lie. If you look it up, that's exactly what happened. So Texas put barriers to try to keep people from coming in, protect their people, their citizens, their people that live in Texas, trying to protect their own, and people, the government start fighting against Texas, and that almost caused a civil war because like 27 states out of the 50 states were with Texas. They were saying if the government wanted to, they would send their national guards. That's including California, which is one of the biggest militaries, Texas, and of course Florida was with them. You had other states that were doing the same thing. South Carolina was helping Texas out. So you had, it was like I said, it was like 27 out of the 50 states were behind Texas, and at the end of the day, Texas ended up winning. The Supreme Court said Texas could defend their property. So, anyways, like I said, this is going to give you the difference between Democrats and Republicans. Like I said before, when you start doing your own business and you start paying taxes, after you pay taxes, after they take your money out of your check and then you try to do something, they're still trying to, every little thing they're trying to, if you got Cash App and you got stocks, they're trying to get into that. Every little thing that they're trying to get. That's why Biden wanted to hire all these IRS agents to not. He's only the rich. No, he's trying to get rid of the middle class, where you're gonna only have two classes: the rich and the poor. So if you're middle class, if you're a middle class person like me, you're gonna be poor because he's gonna tax the shit out of you, which he's already started doing if we go to the groceries. Anyways, here we go.
I feel like this was like a just check the box. It seems like I'll be more of a Republican if I was just checking the box.
So this is another people's thing. So just not trying to show just a Republican point of view. These are neutrals. They're liberals. So
Reaction video and this reaction video, we're gonna react to Democrats versus Republicans. What is the difference between Democrat and Republican?
and of course they're reacting to another video. So it's like a triple reaction video.
So make sure you smash that like and subscribe button, man. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let us know what you think the difference between Democrat and Republican is.
I'm not doing that. I don't know anything about that. I'm just trying to have people learn, get the knowledge as far as that goes. I don't know. I'll look into it. I am putting it on YouTube. I'm able to put it on YouTube, and from YouTube transfer to Facebook, and that's what I've been doing. I've just been transferring to Facebook. So far, it's been good. So.
Presidential campaign of Democrat Andrew Jackson. Jackson decided to use this image of a strong-willed animal on his campaign posters. The Republicans are represented by the elephant logo, which originated during the Civil War when the first Republican, Abraham Lincoln, was
Abraham Lincoln was the first Republican. Imagine that. People don't know that. They think he was a Democrat.
The Democratic Party believes in a strong government, in which the government has a more progressive approach to helping citizens of the United States. They are typically more liberal in their views on the rights of citizens. The Republican Party, however, pushes for a more limited and less controlling government. They take a more conservative approach to most rights of citizens. They promote citizens' individual rights to choose. The economy.
Knock knock. Hi there. I'd love to.
Alright, that was a commercial. We're not trying to see any of those commercials.
Progressive taxation on citizens. This means that the higher a person's income, the higher their taxes should be, and the person that receives a lower income should be taxed less. They believe that everyone should have a job that pays enough to raise a family.
That's the idea.
Support cutting taxes whenever possible without hurting the overall budget and the nation's debt. Republicans also support free market competition, entrepreneurship, such as starting your own business,
That's me. Started my own
They believe
business.
that every American deserves the right to own, invest, build, and prosper.
I mess with that. I'm bro.
Healthcare. Democrats support more federally funded healthcare programs. During his presidency, Barack Obama began the federally funded healthcare program called
Which was
Obamacare.
trash. Trash. They're not gonna say it was trash, but it was.
Access to affordable healthcare. Democrats also want to ensure that all citizens can pay for their healthcare expenses. Republicans support to keep healthcare private. This means that citizens are given choices on the healthcare provider that they would like to use. Healthcare providers compete with each other to provide affordable healthcare.
The American way. Competition.
Democrats strongly believe that the production of nuclear material must stop. They would like to see that nuclear weapons worldwide be safeguarded, stating, "We need to find it, catalog it, and lock it away." They would like to reduce the nation's budget on military defense spending. And they believe that peace is achieved through worldwide relationship building with other nations.
Let's see how good Biden did. He can't even talk to other nations, so that's.
America is maintaining a strong traditional military. They believe that the country should have a strong and comprehensive defense system. Republican views on military are centered around the belief that strengthening the military will build a safer world.
And with that, I understand the Republican and building a stronger military. We have to get better equipment and everything like that. We have to stay at technology, because if not, other people could come and they could take over. And keeping people from us, keeping people from invading us. So that's why we're trying to kind of keep world peace around the world and trying not to. So that's the whole thing of NATO. But like I said before, the Democrat policy is flawed, because the fact of the matter, you can't just talk to Kim Jong-un and say, "Hey, oh, can you?" Trump did that. He just went and talked to him, and everything was all right. So there you go. Democracy does work. But you have to have a strong president with a strong military to be able to do that. Because if you do not have that, it's not going to work. So let's get back to it.
Democrats support policies that restrict and monitor gun control. Generally,
because they want all the control. They want to put gun control because they want all the.
Republicans want to limit the amount of.
They said I can't carry my. You feel me?
Oh, the Democrats saying that, yeah. But Republicans saying you can.
I'm assuming. I don't know, but I'm saying I just can't rock with that.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And that's why I can't ride with the Democrats either, because you're not going to take my guns. I love my guns. I need my guns. Not just playing. I don't really have that many guns. The fact of the matter is, you should have the choice to do.
The right to bear arms, as well as the right to carry concealed weapons in public places. Marriage. Democrats generally support same-sex marriage, although Democrats remain largely divided on the issue, as some only support civil unions between a man and a woman. Republicans support the constitutional amendment to ban same-sex marriage. They strongly support civil unions between a man and a woman.
And with my point on that is, you shouldn't go to a Catholic priest and have them marry you. That's against their religion, and so you're invoking your religious rights on them. But other than that, marry whoever the hell you want.
Immigration. Democrats do not promote strict immigration restrictions. This means
I feel like this was like a just check the box. It seems like I would be more of a Republican if I was just checking the box.
Right.
Yeah,
like,
dummy.
You know, this or this.
Plain and simple.
So
A lot of people are Republicans, but they brainwash you and tell you, "Hey, Republicans are only for rich people. If you want to start your business, you want to be free, not be with the government controlling everything."
Maybe.
So this might
And
sound so crazy, but
let's have love. Love is going to solve everything.
Part with certain.
No, it's not. Apparently, if you have a weak military, a weak leader,
lower class, like,
you know, you're gonna have a lot of problems because people are gonna take advantage of it and doing all that good stuff. But the immigrants are immigration, big difference between them two. Like just what? Welcome to the United States.
Republicans promote strict immigration restrictions. This
Port
means
of
they support
entries.
closed or tight borders and a thorough tracking system for foreign travelers. They support monitoring and regulating the amount of immigrants moving to the United States. Although
Through the port of
Democrats
entries.
and Republicans differ on their views and policies, they compromise and work together in the Senate and in Congress to pass laws
And passed
that help
nothing. All they did is bicker.
and serve the
They
American
passed
people.
nothing.
That's what's up.
That's one of the worst things, that all they do is bicker and don't pass
That's
nothing.
ideal.
I'm gonna look for another video, so
Yeah.
give me a second. As you can see, those are videos I watched. On the top, it's Logan Paul with Trump. He's been going on podcasts that, you know, he talks to anybody, and this one right here is she couldn't answer no questions. How did she become a general and could not answer not one question? It's
To put kind of a whole package on the table to ensure that our facilities and our care and commitment towards family members is first class.
When you say a whole package, when will we be seeing this package?
that's the
So
Holly.
that we continue to work on it, and I can take that question for the record, please.
Well, that's fine. I mean, but let me just say again, for the record, I've said this in the full committee. I'll say it again here, that I think we're past the point of continuing to kick this down the road. I mean, this is a problem now. Frankly, at Fort Leonard Wood, it was a problem a decade ago. But listen, I've been there. I mean, I've seen it myself. I've talked to the service members myself. I've been in their houses. I've been in their kitchens.
And they're talking about the living conditions of the military base. They're wasting money on all this other stuff,
the substandard
and
living
the
conditions. And
very
it's just
essence
unacceptable,
of our
General. You know
military
what?
is not getting done, and they want to keep. We want money. We want money. Hey
So I'm
man,
keeping that
take
commitment.
care of your soldiers,
And I'm
and
gonna
that's what this
continue
dude's
it until
talking about.
something changes.
They're
And
not.
frankly,
They're not.
I've heard this
Where are they
now
spending the
for-
money at?
It's going on 2 years.
That's the
I've only
problem.
been in the Senate 3, but I've heard it continuously that we'll get to it, we'll get to it, we'll get to it. Well, at Fort Leonard Wood, we haven't gotten to it, and I bet we went around the table here. I bet
Military is one of the
that
things
the other members
that
of the
I
subcommittee
value
would have the
highly.
same situation in their state. So I'll give you the question for the record, but I just want to put on notice again, and you can take this back, that I want to see some progress on this, and I want to see it soon. And what I don't want to see are any more commitments from the Army that they're going to spend X number of dollars. This happened last year. We're going to commit X number of dollars to Fort Leonard Wood, and then as it turns out, $0 were spent on housing. I'm still ticked off about that. And I don't want to see it happen again, and I want to see progress made. So that's my piece. I think you understand where I'm coming from. General Miller, let me come to you. Can you help me with something here? Anderson Air Force Base, I understand.
This is where they spent the money.
Leaders there recently received an official email that prohibited them from using pronouns or descriptors like he, she, youngest, oldest, male, or female. Why is that? I mean, what's going on?
Senator Hawley, thank you for that question. Actually, that is, we've been talking a lot about that because it was an email, from my understanding, that went out locally from one of the commanders there, and I don't remember at what level. I don't know if it was a group commander or the wing commander there. I believe that it was a Facebook post that went out based on a question. It is not the Air Force policy to not use pronouns. And so I think it was a social media, exacerbated by individuals.
And she just straight up lied.
They were directed for that.
Okay, good. Well, I think that's progress. So you're saying, I'm looking at a news article here published August 31, 2022, saying that PACAF has sent this letter around. Leaders of the base are instructed, do not use pronouns, age, race, etc. And they go on, the unauthorized, examples of unauthorized language are male, female, youngest, oldest, he, she. But you're saying that was not an official communication, that has not been a directive.
That is not an official communication from the HAF, correct.
Okay. And so your position to me is today that is not policy, and that they have not been so instructed.
That is correct.
This is a social media
policy.
kerfuffle. I mean, this is not real. It's not happening.
It's, I don't know if it's not happening, but it is not an official policy from the Department of the Air Force.
Okay.
Because it is that.
I asked because part of the way it's been reported is that the rationale is to help with lethality and also recruiting. And it was curious as heck how not using he, she can help with lethality and how it's helping with recruiting. But I take your word for it that this is not policy, and that satisfies me. So thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I'm gonna look for somebody else.
Secretary Holland.
All right, this is a kind of the same meeting, I think, but watch.
A term of the people that are eligible for that particular scholarship that is available to. It's a person who looks at their gender in a different way than I do, sir.
Well, sure, that's all of these people. You're a cisgender man. You don't even get to apply.
Well,
do you know what demigender really means?
I'm not really sure, sir.
Right. So, do you know what agender means? All one word, not a space gender, but agender.
Sir, I don't.
Right. So here we are, pushing a fellowship, calling for people that you don't even know what the words mean.
For scholarships.
And the number one group of people, the cisgender men, are excluded. Now, in the name of diversity, equity, and inclusion, should we be pushing programs that we can't define that exclude the largest group of service members? It's demigender.
That's crazy.
Sir, that's...
So, I said they had a military thing. Now we're doing another thing with the FBI. Like they said, oh, there's no interference in the 2020 election that would change the results. This right here would have changed the results because a lot of people would have said they would have changed their vote. And if you look at it, when they were polling, Trump, before the debate, was like 50 and Joe Biden was 49. At the end of the debate, Trump 67, Joe Biden 33. There's still 33% that said, I'm going to ride that train. That is outrageous. And this right here, it would have changed the votes the same way if they would have known that this was true. Hear this.
Intelligence agents that we talked about that signed the letter suggesting that Hunter Biden's laptop.
Now Biden used that in the debate
John
against
Brennan,
Trump.
CIA director, Leon Panetta, Michael Hayden, James Clapper. These people all colluded. Michael Morrell,
look at the top
Thomas
offices
Finger,
that
Rick
they have.
Legit, John McLaughlin, Michael Vickers, Doug Wise, Nick
Nothing happened to him.
Ramusin, Russ Travers, Glenn Gerstel, David Price, Mark Palimolopoulos, he's definitely Greek, Chris Savos, John Koulis, David Vanel, Kristen
Former
Wood, David Buck,
CIA
Adam
analyst,
Stafford. Look at
CIA
their
inspector, senior intelligence officer.
Thank you. You guys all didn't know these people. They colluded and conspired to rig the 2020 election by claiming that the laptop was Russian information. And Joe Biden co-signed. Remember the debates in 2020 with Trump? He was like, it's Russian disinformation, it's fake, fake, fake. Remember those 51
There you
former
go.
intelligence agents?
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to be closing my segment real quick. Like I said, I want to end with this just to show you how the media, they're telling you right up front what they're doing, and they think you're stupid and that you ain't going to care because you're not going to do your homework.
They distracted us. Was the Trump document scandal. That was the one that was easy.
Aha! We got Trump.
Stuff that's supposed to be in the White House that ain't.
Listen, right in his house.
Y'all jumped on that story. As soon as the Trump document story broke, everybody was down in Mar-a-Lago. We were reporting live from the documents. And we're gonna find them. And then we found out Joe Biden had documents too, and it was not a big deal.
Look at that evil laugh.
That's exactly what they did. Mike Pence had some documents. Oh, look, a Chinese spy balloon. Would you look at that?
Happened on our watch. I'm going to show one more.
Well done, media.
And this is Bill Maher. Again, he's a left wing, but he's saying that they're gone too far, but he just hates Trump so much, he cannot back Trump, but he's got to call it out. It's too plain out there that you cannot see. You cannot say, hey, they're lying and this and that. So here's...
On the trans issue, America is no ands, ifs, or buts, absolutely alone in the world.
And that's another reason. Why would you vote Biden's 100% whatever? Like,
there's not enough evidence to support the safety or clinical effectiveness of puberty blockers for third graders, and that they were going to stop fumbling around with children's privates. So too with all the other good place countries, in direct opposition to America's choice to affirm children's wishes on switching gender, no matter the age or psychiatric history. The far left, which always like to use, well, Europe does it. Yeah, no, that doesn't work on this one anymore. This is what...
funny. All right, guys, like I said, I'm gonna end this video. I want to thank everybody for the time, and hopefully it educated some people the difference between the Democratic Party and the Republican. Like I said before, back then the Democrats were fighting for us. You felt like they were fighting for us, but they've gone so far left, lost their goddamn minds, that they're only with themselves and their destroy America agenda. So one party's trying to destroy America, sending money to other nations, sending your hard-earned money, the taxes and everything like that, sending it to Ukraine, you know, and then the other side, both sides are corrupt. Yes, the Republicans are, some of them are bad. Like I said, they were going against Trump because their agenda is only me. You know, and I'm rich, and that's all I care about. I don't care about the little man. I don't care about that. I just care about my taxes, and that's it. So you have those guys that just want war, want the war machine going through. Like I said, I love and respect the military, and I do not want war. I don't want to see people dying. And, you know, I love God, and I think we're all God's children. I do believe in second, third chances. I believe in forgiveness. But the fact of the matter is, you're not going to come, you know, and think you're going to run me over and make me do things that are against my belief. My next episode will probably be in 2 weeks, and I'll be talking about the movie Civil War. I'll be showing clips of it. And hopefully I'll have a guest by then. I know it's summer and schedulings are off base. I'll probably be going on vacation too. So it should be soon. So thank you. God bless and goodbye.